Hallelujah, Jesus. We thank you for our freedom. Thank you for saving me. Thank you for freeing me. Thank you for redeeming me. Thank you for my freedom.
Watch this. Your name is Jacob, but just as quickly tonight as I tell you who you are, I'm also going to tell you what you're not going to be anymore.
Oh, glory.
You better hear God's commanding us on tonight. I'm telling you who you are, but you better quickly receive what you're not going to be anymore. Watch this now. He says your name shall not be called Jacob anymore. Somebody just holler anymore.
Anymore.
But Israel shall be your name. So he called his name Israel. So normally when God was transitioning Abraham and Sarah, he just simply said, your name shall no longer be this, your name shall be that. But God never personally called them by their name. So this new identity that God has given you on tonight, that you got to choose to walk in, let me tell you how real this transformation is. God says this transformation is so real, and I'm so sure that you're not going to go back into being Jacob, that I'm going to be the first person to call you by your new name. I'm not going to let the earth recognize that it's you. Heaven is going to recognize the change first. I can't get no help in the sanctuary. I wish y'all minds would elevate to be where I am. And see, Abram, when I shifted your name from Abram to Abraham, the world had to be the first people to declare your new identity. But Jacob, they know your old identity so well that I'm going to let heaven establish it for real. I'm not just going to tell you your new name. I'm going to declare it myself personally. Tell your neighbor, God is getting ready to declare your new name himself. He's re-establishing it so heavy that and you must understand it now. You must understand that he's speaking this name while his presence is physically manifested in the earth. He's not talking this from heaven. This is not a dream. This is not a vision. See, I need you to miss. I don't want you to miss this transition. The last time Jacob was at Bethel, he witnessed God in a vision. But this time, this was not a vision. I've transitioned to the place to where God manifested outside of vision and came up in earthly manifestation. Look at your neighbors. I'm getting ready to witness God in new ways in this season. I'm getting ready. And see, some of y'all need that word because some of you been frustrated because you haven't been having dreams the way that you used to. And see, you're waiting on a dream and you need to be waiting on a visitation. See, so some of you're going to get caught on God. You're going to be in the house washing dishes while you're in worship, and the presence of God is going to show up and have a conversation with you. Okay, y'all looking at me straight if you want to. Watch what he says here now. So God himself declares in the earth, he says, your name shall, but Israel shall your name be. And then he says, so he called his name Israel. God got first dibs on your transformation. He getting ready to be the first one to call you by your new identity, and he's going to make sure that he establishes it in the earth realm. And this time you got witnesses to know that you've been changed.
Come on.
Watch this now. And then he says here, he then says, also God said to him, I am God Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. Now, I don't want you to miss this, because I know these words sound very familiar to you because God has been saying this for a long time. He said that to Abraham, but you must understand that something has begun to shift, something has begun to happen very clear, and I don't need you to miss the text. Watch this now. It says, be fruitful. Somebody say, be fruitful.
Be fruitful.
And multiply. Then he says, a nation and a company of nations shall proceed from you, and kings shall come from your body. Now God is beginning to reestablish the very same covenant that he said with Abraham, but there's a very different twist to it. Because here it is. God, why would you wait to Genesis 35 to tell Israel to be fruitful and multiply? Wow. So y'all got to pay attention to the text. His first encounter, God didn't tell him anything about being fruitful and multiplying. What God told him was, expand to the north, south, east, and west. See, in this season with Jacob, there's an interesting thing that God is getting ready to do to Keisha. He's getting ready to fix the mistake in your life that your forefathers made.
Wow. Oh, that's a blessing.
Okay, I'm going to help y'all understand what I'm saying. See, the dilemma between Abraham and Lot was not the fact that God took Lot or that Abraham took Lot with him. The issue was if they tried to expand in one place. The reason they had to separate is because they were increasing and the place couldn't hold the increase. And so they increased, and increase caused a fight, not because of the increase, it caused a fight because of the space. So they increased first, it caused an argument, and then they had to spread out. This time with Jacob, God understands, I'm not going to let you deal with that dilemma. So what I'm going to do with you is, before I tell you to increase, meaning be fruitful and multiply, the first thing I need you to do is spread out. Oh, y'all missing me tonight. See, because the dilemma is, you're too busy trying to increase in this place, and this place ain't big enough to hold your increase. So lest you have an argument with people that are increasing at the same time as you, I need you to spread out to the north, south, east, and west so your increase got somewhere to go. See, you want to increase now and you're still in the season of being spread out. Wow. See, you got to spread first, increase later.
Yes. I agree.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because too much increase in this place can ruin you. So you got to do some spreading. To the north, to the south, to the east, and to the west. And now that you have spread, now when you come back to this place, now I can tell you, be fruitful and multiply. Increase and become productive. Increase and become productive. So don't think it's strange that the time is in a place where it's time to increase and become productive. Am I making sense? Watch the text now. So he says, God Almighty, be fruitful and multiply because you've already been spread out. Now, here's the thing. You must understand that this word is now a word of prophecy about what's getting ready to come in Jacob's life. And so then he says, a nation and a company of nations shall proceed from you, and kings shall come from your body. Well, part of the dilemma, that the thing that we're failing to see is that Jacob is now the one that transitions the promise of God into the next level of manifestation. With Abraham, I'm going to make you a nation, and all families of the earth are going to be blessed through you. But Abraham did not have an overwhelming increase of seed. Jacob is the first one who had enough children to birth out the nation. So literally then, in this place of God reestablishing, when he begins to reestablish, it also sparks transition. Because now, in the beginning of chapter 35, Israel talked to his household. In the middle of 35, he now has to talk to the nation. Y'all missing me tonight. I feel it in my spirit. A nation and a company of nations shall proceed from you. His household has already transitioned into a nature of a nation. The shift had already happened. His name turned into Israel, and even today they are being called what? The children of Israel. He is now already shifted into the nature of a nation. He's not operating in household status anymore. He's not there. Not in household status. He's in national status.
Yes, sir. Got it.
He is no longer singular. He has now become plural.
Right.
He has now become the fulfillment of a word that was given to his grandfather Abraham. It is now his life. And you must understand, people of God, that as we begin to go forth in order to see something, one of the biggest issues is you have to understand when you start to become that God told somebody else.
Wow.
I ain't trying to preach y'all tonight. I'm just trying to give you good words. I need you.